We are going to be looking at some disturbing videos, strange and odd news stories, and as always, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Ever since I captured that strange object in the sky last night that looked like some kind of ball of energy or some kind of plasma, and it zoomed quickly out of the sky, I'm starting to wonder if something else is going on in the sky, and the powers that be, the military and so forth, they're well aware of it, and they are using these drones to cover up what's really going on in the sky. Because think about it, people are capturing two different groups of objects. Some are capturing what appears to be regular drones and planes, and the news, media, and like I said, the military, the FBI, they're acting like they have no idea what these are, how to trace them, how to track them, or how to bring them down. Like they really want us to focus on the mystery of these drones, and they really want us to question why they just can't bring them down. And there are other people like myself and others that are capturing what appears to be, again, plasma, some kind of ball of energy, or something known as plasmoids, actual sentient beings made of plasma and energy. For instance, take a look at what was captured by this individual on TikTok who goes by Miss Jody Lee, and this was captured 4 days ago in Kissimmee, Florida. What she captured here happens to be vastly different than what actually does appear to be drones, helicopters, and planes that the government, the military, and the FBI are saying that, again, they can't track, they can't trace, they have no idea how to handle the situation, but maybe they're just making a big mystery of these drones and planes.
Ocean County Sheriff's Office was on drone patrol Saturday night after a rash of unexplained sightings statewide. This is the first time that the Ocean County Sheriff's Office has documented one of these encounters on camera.
Not really sure what it was. Definitely something flying low and fast.
Checked the radar. We didn't see that there was any planes in the area.
Yeah.
And it was probably moving about 60, 70 miles an hour.
Whatever it is, it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely something, and we're just going to be looking into it a little bit more.
Ocean County Sheriff's Office was on drone patrol.
So again, to have our attention focused on that and our attention focused away from these actual entities that may be appearing in the sky. Yes, you'll hear me talk a lot about Project Bluebeam, the false stage alien invasion used to start this one world government, but I do also believe there are real entities, and these real entities, they reside in the waters, they reside inside the earth, and they use the natural resources on the earth like volcanoes and things like that, areas with a lot of energy to perhaps go back and forth through different dimensions. There was this very strange flying object seen flying around the Popocatépetl volcano in Mexico a couple days ago. These sightings were seen only a couple months after news broke out that something was seen going inside the active Popocatépetl volcano. So again, it really makes me wonder, do interdimensional beings, entities, whatever, use the energy of volcanoes to travel back and forth? This next disturbing video comes from one of my favorite channels on TikTok, Moon Henry, and I'm starting to think that there is something going on that they're not telling us about this earthquake that happened in California. Not only did some other residents in California capture these purple skies, but some of them said that they were smelling something like as if they were breathing in chemicals. Check this video out.
I'm gonna ask y'all again, what was up with that earthquake in California 2 days ago? So just yesterday after the earthquake, it was all pink and it smelled really weird in the air. And if you watched my last video, you know that radiation has been peaking in California yesterday. And they said it smelled like this outside too. This video belongs to her. Watch this for a minute.
Somebody tell me why it's pink outside? Notice that sky. What the hell? What is that smell? The sky is pink, you guys, and it smells funky out here.
And the commenters were filled with people that said, I've lived in California my whole life, never has the sky gone pink after an earthquake, but this time. I have no idea what's going on, but it's very weird. More on this tomorrow. By the way, the drones that have been plaguing New Jersey are now in New York. And as you can see right here in the comments under my New Jersey video on Facebook, everyone's been being plagued by drones, and not just New Jersey. But they are everywhere, including Cali.
This would only be a day after he made a video where he said there is now radiation being seen off the coast of California where the supposed earthquake had supposedly struck. Now, I'm saying it's a supposed earthquake because some people even believe that this might have been some kind of nuke or some kind of weapon.
Yo, what in the world is going on? Let me preface this whole video by saying this is just for fun. I have no idea, it's just speculation. Again, no facts here. Except, y'all remember that big earthquake that just happened in California? A whole lot of sources and a whole lot of people are picking up a whole lot of radiation over there. But why? The gamma radiation is triple the level of anywhere else. And this came right from the EPA, and multiple people were reporting on it from multiple different sources. The current as it's being reported is a high of 600. I think normal range is like 100. And y'all know the drill, it does get weirder because I look at a lot of dots. First, a certain Elizabeth says, I don't know, but Sacramento is hazy AF. I have a massive headache. Probably not related. Someone else said the EPA was offline. It's back up now. But you ready for the craziest part? This was a literal flight pattern that just happened last week. And yeah, sure, it's unrelated, and I don't think anything weird's going on, but what I'm saying is you can never escape the frequencies. And what I'm saying is everything is literally connected in this earth. Numbers, words, letters, signs. How do you think numerology works? Again, nothing factual here except the report. All for fun, nothing serious, nothing nefarious. Goodbye. Yo, what in the world is going on?
There's a really great article, and I'm going to go ahead and link it in the comment and description box of this video, and it says that radiation spike San Diego, California people are wondering, was yesterday's earthquake actually an underwater nuke blast? This article actually does a great job going over what may have happened in California, off the coast of California, might not actually be what news and media are trying to tell us what happened. This next disturbing video comes from Conscious Juice on TikTok. Now, I made a video about a couple weeks ago saying how there may be something wrong with the moon. I noticed a couple things off and so have other people, but check out what Conscious Juice captured on film because he's been really studying the moon lately for any oddities.
I said, let me come out here and see what this moon is doing because I haven't seen the moon in a long time. And I'm seeing this around the moon, y'all. Do y'all see this moon changing all these type of colors? Y'all see that, right? And y'all see the moon changing all types of colors, right? Y'all see that? What the hell? Bro, look at what's going on with the moon. Look at this. Why does it look like it's got cracks all around it? Look at that, y'all. Do y'all see that? What is going on with the moon? It's what the heck? It's pulsating, it's flashing. It's like glitching, but look at these colors that's bouncing off the moon. Ho. There's a lot going on around the moon right now, y'all. There's a lot going on around the moon. This shit just keeps glitching and glitching. Look. I said, let me come out here and see what this moon is doing because I haven't seen the moon.
But the question happens to be, is this the real moon or is this the fake moon? Because we do know, and you can search this for yourself, multiple countries do have a lunar simulator patent. So is this the holographic moon glitching out? And if that's the case, then where is the real moon? Like I've said in a couple of videos, I've been going down in a very interesting rabbit hole, and I'm going to do a very long video myself about how the Americas might actually be the ancient Egypt in the Old Testament. Now, as crazy as that may sound, as you do go down this rabbit hole, you will find that a lot of things actually start to line up, especially when you take a closer look at the Grand Canyon. You'll find that there are artifacts found, and a lot of different parts of the Grand Canyon are actually closed off to the public.
But there's been an overriding control of ancient history. And just as the great Library of Alexandria was burned, there are other depositories of that ancient knowledge. And let's face it, in any realm of, if you will, secret society, the more esoteric, the more these people are built up to believe there's something special. And in their world, basically, everybody but them dies. And this is why the Egyptian presence in the Grand Canyon is so important. I photographed the Grand Canyon from helicopters. You're a pilot, you appreciate it. I photographed one day, a long day. We did 1,000 miles of the Grand Canyon going up to Page, Arizona, and then back again with really high-powered cameras. But what was intriguing to me, Gary, is the fact that all of the landforms, for instance, as you go east of Monument Valley, which is the iconic American West where all the great westerns are formed, you get into what's called the Valley of the Gods. Now, why is a land formation called the Valley of Gods? Why are all the landforms in the Grand Canyon itself, which, by the way, is 90% off limits, even to the Native Americans, 90% of the Grand Canyon you're not allowed to go to, and there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But they have names that are absolutely unique to Egypt, and there's no indication that any contemporary cavalryman or anybody that was an explorer brought that concept, because the Native Americans themselves, especially the Pueblo people, they have a long history of the star people, aliens, and they also have a long history of the foreigners who came. So in the forbidden history revealed for the first time in history, and this is what people have got to understand, but there's been an overriding control of ancient history. And just as the great Library of Alexandria was burned, there are other depositories of that ancient knowledge. And let's face it, in any realm of, if you will, secret society, the more esoteric, the more these people are built up to believe there's...
This next video comes from Jim Tom Ballin on TikTok, and this channel is quickly becoming one of my favorite channels. And he actually has some rather interesting information when it comes to Babel, or the Tower of Babel.
Man, in case y'all have never seen this on Google Earth, check this out. Here up in northern Canada. So this is called the crater of Manicouagan.
Sometimes called the Eye of Canada.
And it's part of the Louis Babel Ecological Reserve. This is said to be a crater lake left from a ancient meteorite impact. But and then it was dammed later and flooded. That's what made the lake. But where did this meteorite go that left this impact, and why did it leave an island in the middle? That doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't really fit. But if you look here nearby, you have Mount Babel here, shown above, and then of course it's called Louis Babel Ecological Reserve. And then I've never actually been here, but they say that there are a very distinct type of like stone that is strewn about the landscape here. So yeah, you can see this landscape is unlike we find anywhere else, and named Babel. So if you look at the biblical account and apocryphal account of
The Book of Jasher,
Babel, it was said to have been a 3-day walk around the perimeter.
Now, when I Googled walk time,
marathon people can walk 26 miles in 7 hours. So that gave me 3.74 miles per hour that they could walk. So going off of this,
walking 3.74 miles per hour, going 15 hours per day, giving us 9 hours rest, would give you 56 miles per day. Now, over the course of 3 days, 56 miles a day would give us 168.42 total miles for our estimated circumference going off the Book of Jasher. Now, when I measured the diameter on Google Earth, it gave me about 54. So right around 27 would be the radius. So I looked up the formula for the circumference of a circle, and it's 2 times pi radius. And the radius being 27, that gave me 169.65. So almost the exact distance described in the book of Jasher, circumference or perimeter of the Tower of Babel. Assuming we're walking at 3 3/4 miles per hour.
So what do you think? Could truth be in plain sight up here at Louis Babel Ecological Reserve and Mount Babel up in northern Canada?
In this next disturbing video, I don't claim to know everything. A lot of what I talk about, a lot of what I show are just my theories, and I actually would like to hear your theories in the comment sections of these videos. With that being said, I did not know that something called the Tomb of Lucifer existed inside the Vatican. Now, I'm not surprised that something like that would exist inside the Vatican. I just did not know something like this actually had existed. And apparently, they are opening a door right next to the Tomb of Lucifer. We're going to hear 2 channels on TikTok talk about this. The very first one is Spirit and Sass. And like I said, I really don't have much knowledge on this, but this is going to be the first time they're going to be opening a door. Now, I have said before, 2025 is going to be the wild year.
Apparently the Vatican is going to live stream from a tomb. It's St. Paul's tomb right next to the Tomb of Lucifer for the first time in history. While they open this holy door, they call it the holy door. It's bricked off, like it's a brick wall. From what I could find online, it's apparently filled with like a bunch of stuff. I don't know if anyone has access to that stuff when they open the door. Maybe some Catholics can chime in and let me know. Like, do they actually show you what's behind the door? Do they just open the door? Either way, this is pretty much the first time in history that the general public is going to be able to witness them opening this what they call the holy door in a tomb under the Vatican. And I guess this time, I don't know, maybe you can chime in on this too, but like I guess this time they have the Masons, so it'll be the Pope and the Masons, and the Masons will be like chanting some hymn or something while the Pope, you know, does his thing before they break down the wall and open this door, the holy door. There's a lot of weird things happening this year. I'm just saying, this could be something to watch. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want my TikTok taken down. But all the information's available. They are going to live stream it, so you can watch it. And it's going to be on Christmas Eve when they're going to open this door. Let me know what you think. Okay, love you, bye.
The next channel who is talking about the opening of this door and goes a little bit more in depth is the Trumpet Ezekiel on TikTok.
You got to ask yourself, why would the Pope put a live streaming camera inside of the Tomb of Lucifer on Christmas Day? Well, that's next on the Trumpet. The Masons and the Pope are going to open the holy door. First, the Pope is going to tap on it with a little silver hammer, and then the Masons are going to remove the bricks and mortar that actually seal the holy door shut. He does his knocking, and then the Masons start chanting one of the Psalms. It's never been done before, and they're going to start this new tradition on Christmas Eve. So the World Wide Web will have symbolic access to St. Peter's tomb on Christmas Eve as they open the holy door. And that's going to mark the beginning of the Jubilee year. The Catholic Church got the whole Jubilee idea from Judaism. And in Leviticus 25, it tells you all about the special year that's focused on restoration and forgiveness. The word Jubilee in Hebrew means Yovel, which is a ram's horn. And yes, that is a trumpet. In Leviticus right here, it tells you that the sound of the trumpet announced the beginning of the Jubilee year. So you might say, it's the year of the trumpets. And keeping things in order with the book of Revelation, we'll go through the seals, then the trumpets, and then the bowls. Open the door. It's the year of the trumpets. For Christians, Jesus' declaration in the book of Luke to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor was often interpreted as a fulfillment of the Jubilee spirit. Wow, I just can't wait for Christmas to get my webcam view of the creepy crypt that's underneath St. Peter's Basilica. And that's not a wax museum down there. And as of December 5th, the Vatican hasn't even released a Christmas message. You know, when you're the 33rd degree, you wear 33 buttons on your gown. King David ruled Jerusalem for 33 years, and the Masons built him a palace on top of Mount Zion, the mountain of God, where he issued judgment over the people. A webcam in a tomb under the altar of a church of the dragon. That dragon right there. That dragon. It's a flying dragon. This is right over the entrance of the door. Those dudes were all about it. 2024. You're the dragon. You can see the dragon in the crest. He wears a tiara, and the swarm comes out of his mouth. This throne, made for somebody about 20 foot tall, sits right in front of that tomb's opening. That throne is right there, and you can see how tiny all these people are in comparison to it. That's the altar that you just saw in that video, and then that's where that dragon seal was right there, and then this is the red wall that's underground inside that crypt. The red wall, which is by the shrine of St. Peter's next to the tomb of Lucifer. That's where the webcam's going to be, right there. This is all underground, and that's the floor of Constantine. Luke chapter 4, verse 18. The words in red are from Jesus. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Don't get distracted. The book of Revelation was written to the 7 churches.
Now, I do find it funny that the Catholic Church has said that they are quote-unquote anti-Mason, and Masons cannot join the Catholic Church. But yes, it's very true that the Masons will be assisting the Catholic Church in opening this door.